Okay, so here we go. Continuing the Snapper Fight curriculum. Last night was a midnight workout. I'm Grandmaster Jerry Fast Feet Functioners. And we're in the process of working out. It's been a while in terms of this type of workout. Master Ty, say a few words.
Hey y'all, what's going on? Master Ty in the building. Hope y'all getting ready for March 28th. And if you need some assistance, you can always come down, learn kicking curriculum, fighting curriculum, and enjoy the journey with us. Us one. And we just having a good time. More competitors have been stepping up, and also more spectators been stepping up so that they can come see the show. And also we're going to get back to you for those who want to see from online. I'm going to get back to you after I speak to Grandmaster Fast Feet about that, because I had somebody that was asking yesterday. So anyway, y'all, we're here to play today. And we enjoying the journey. Check this out. I should have did this first.
Okay, so next event is March 28th. For those who want to compete or spectate, you go to Sniper, I should say you can go to UMAN.org.com. But I'll break it down to you. Spectators presently, eliminations is $30. At the door, it will be $40. VIP, which includes the eliminations, the finals, and the after party. And then the after party is two birthdays. It's Little Bits and Master Ty's birthday that we're celebrating that day. That includes finger food, drinks, of course, music, and some cake. Well, these are a few different cakes. And that's $60 presently, $75 at the door. For competitors, you have a unique situation right now because I'm having it where you're going to pay $100 for two divisions, and that includes two things that are even more valuable. Number one is an interview, and number two is your own comic. Your own comic. 10 to 12 pages of your story in a comic book form. That alone is $499 normally, and I'm excited about that. That's exciting. It's awesome. How do you look? How do comics look?
Comics are awesome. Comics look like you're awesome. They ready for you. Tell your story.
Yeah. It comes from the interview. So it's your information. That alone, I do that as a service to businesses for businesses for $499. If you have a business and you want your story told, I'll interview you, and from there we'll do an entire story, a book, in a variety of ways. It can even be Japanese manga. smiling at me because I threw a hook punch, like in a movie, wide, in the wrong kick. I've never done that to him. I also approached a few different ways. The footwork was actually a scramble step. When you step forward towards 12 o'clock, crossing back towards 3 o'clock, bring the same leg towards 12 o'clock, but out and then bring it over to 9 o'clock, and finally go in. So you zigzag your way in. Again, go like this. Forward, cross, back, forward, forward. That's a scramble step. The way the scramble step is done, we'll say it one more time. Right leg committed. First you step with the right leg. You step with your left leg, which in reality you crossed. And then you step with the right leg. I did it backwards. So there's three different ways. It's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it goes right forward, left behind, right forward, left across towards 9 o'clock, and then forward again. That's a different one. I can feel myself. It is a zigzag step. Yeah, I can feel myself.
That's why I used to call it. I was doing something else at the road the other day.
Left hand, you blocked it. Right hand, you blocked it. Left hand, you didn't block it. Attack, bar, coming in. Outside. Outside. Towards 11 o'clock. I went down towards 12 o'clock. And hit the follow up. So the idea is to attack by combination. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, even though it's a stiff arm, it still hits. 1, 2, 3. Round through 1 point. make sure I grab the hand, I hit him, and then he was getting ready to move out the way. I grabbed it, hit to stabilize, and disarm. There, I played the decoy, a standing tall, and not ready. And then the traditional blitz number 1. With a foot stays stationary, and the rear foot steps across like you're sprinting, and then the punch comes out, which is blitz number 1 from a stationary position. What made him not realize I was coming was that I kept my body nice and tall and not intimidating. As soon as my left leg in front, as soon as my right leg goes across, my left hand hits or my left across in the middle of the sprint, and then my right hand goes. In this case, only the right hand hit. And when the right hand hits, it's hitting with the left leg in front, so it's called a reverse, because it's the opposite, reverse punch. And boxing is called cross. When they're done, simultaneous. Now there, I kept in my bed with some fakes. I kept going back, kept going back, kept going back. And this time I just threw a left hand reverse. I didn't expect that, because I don't normally do that. At that point, it was more sniper and not attacking by combination. A little weird, right? This is the thing. Good. Good fight. Outside. 1-1. Outside. 2-1. I say he jumps, spins, very agile. He spun out. Just barely. Just barely. It was his head. Not too far. That was a really good exchange. With blocking, distance, timing tempo. I just switched that up when I just look. If I never do that. Like wax it off, I went, what's on? Look. That's 4. I need one for hand. Outside! Yes! Last point, she went outside. Why am I celebrating that? Because, technically speaking, I'd rather do the art of fighting without fighting. There are rules in UMAN. If the person goes out one time, there's a warning, regardless if he fought out or ran out. Number two, if he goes out for the second time, there's a second warning. Number three, come out for a third time. There's not just a warning, there's a third warning and a point given to the other person. 4 times, same thing. You get another warning and the other person gets a point. The 5th time, you are now disqualified. So that combination of things literally is what makes up the outside rules over at sniperfight.com. Tonight, I will be going over, maybe we can do it in a little while, the rules of what a point is and what not a point. Now, I also have a rule called the extended glove rule. Sometimes you can see it by seeing the person's hand when the glove is a lot further down, or sometimes you see it in the case of Master Ty and many people that when the glove comes out, they push it back in. That's a hint that the glove is extended. I'm not saying intentionally, but you do not get a point if your fist, meaning your hand, is not inside your glove. So whether you extend it by accident or not. Now I need for the competitors to be honest. We look at honor and respect. If for some reason the glove came out a little bit, and you know it, say, my glove slipped out. Because when you see this, as a judge, you know when they push it back, that means they did it. So competitors, please be aware. If you do that, whether it's on purpose or by accident, you cannot get a point. Because the only way you can score a point with a fist is if your glove is literally in your hand. Whether they are these type of gloves or foam grip gloves, which is a lot easier. So no extension on the glove, which means you're cheating if you do it on purpose. So be aware of that, guys. We'll be going over the fighting rules for the UMAN OG, Fountain of Youth, National Tour, Region 11, which is roughly in 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks from tomorrow, March 28th. I completely changed my posture. I used to say, what are you doing? Well, I saw Billy Black sparring like that. Except he's still not listening to what I'm doing. He's doing something different. Yeah. What have been meditating? He has to go to do himself. You told me. Yeah. I didn't hear it. This is go to the chest. I just started. I went. So, jab, short. Cross, short. Long, cross, long jab. So again, the key to sniper fighting is distance. You have to determine distance, aka proximity. Then you have to use the proper weapons in your toolbox, your arsenal, whether they're punches or kicks, which is the meat and potatoes, but then you have the seasoning. Then you also have how you cook it. So to me, the kicks and punches are the meat and potato. The fakes pretty much are the seasoning. And then the angles, which includes up, down, left, right. To me, that's the way you cook the person. Again, meat and potato, the foundation is kicks and punches. Everybody has those. I cannot win if I only try to out-kick the person. I don't want to be, you give people the same ingredients and they might put together some food, but it might be too salty, not enough garlic, etc. But if you give it to a chef has a strategy, a syntax, a recipe. And that recipe consists of the kicks and punches, which is the meat and the potato. And then you have the fakes, whether it's low, high, left and right, whatever. That's like the seasoning. And then you have the, for argument's sake, is the footwork. Because it could be where I make you go offensive towards me or defensive. Now, this is really where the money's at for those of you who pay money for this. For those of you who don't, I don't care. This won't be up that long anyway. But we're over 12 hours and counting at sniperfight.com, which will be updated tonight. And all I'm saying is that I am not better than anybody, but I just know things that most people don't. And that's why, since 1983, my first grand championship, age 17, to last year, where I won 2 grand championships. And this year I defend 2 titles. I have gotten actually better, only because I'm getting in better shape. And I'm still being very, very specific, like a sniper. I should keep my hand on it. When he started crossing his legs and he did it slow, I knew that he was in a bad position. I wasn't ready, but nobody said you had to be ready. So I just went. But not straight, on an angle. I did there was I decoyed him. I went back. I went back. I went back. 3 times. I went back and kicked forward. So I conditioned him not to be intimidated. See, that's when the psych fool comes in. He's thinking, I'm going to do something. I did something different. When I start doing something different, it's called a trick. So that's trigonometry. I'm trying to just trick them, set them up. So psych fools, when you're doing fakes and repositions, trigonometry is the whole concept of psychological warfare and your application of it. In other words, be the chef. That was a great series of techniques. The pauses is what saved me. I went and then to a piece. And then after the change. Well, the silence between the sound is what makes the music. So we were moving. I went. He still would have went outside, but I wanted to hit him before he went outside. A great combinations, agility on the money, moving with weight. I completely missed him, but I didn't get discouraged because all I do is lie to myself. I didn't mean that. I meant this. I didn't mean that. I meant this. Once you have your target, your mark, so to speak, you do whatever it takes to make sure that happens by you still keeping yourself safe, which sometimes means pause. Now there was a lot of psych fools. Haven't done this yet. I stepped like so. Forward towards 4 o'clock. Towards 3 o'clock. Towards 9 o'clock. And then I do the roundhouse kick to the bottom. So I zigzagged my way in with the stepping that went forward, diagonal. So when I went diagonal, it gave me the space to kick. If I would have went forward again, it would hit me with backwards. Plus, you didn't want to go outside either. That's 5 points. So that's the end. I want you to be aware next time. Next time, he's better off going outside and getting the warning than to get scored on because he has no warnings before that. You do not want to go outside again if you already have 2 warnings because that means the match is over. Now, I've never beaten him where he went outside 5 times. That's still a goal. That'll be considered the art of fighting. Without fighting. It's happened to me before. Guys have seen me in the ring, they go, I'm not fighting. That's the art of fighting without fighting. Or I hit them with one technique and make it quick. Those are real goals.
Yeah, strategy.
Yeah, because you're able to not injure yourself and your reputation precedes you, so you're able to keep yourself safe and the other person, and they'll come to live to fight another day.
That's what some of these followers are saying.
the timing was perfect. He hit me right on my glove, and he never knocked his knee. Now I want to address that. Some of you watching me,
You jammed that right away.
yes, some of you watching me might think that was a kick. Under today's standards, it is. But those of you who are judging at the tournament, let me go over a rule here. If the person's knee is not locked, technically speaking, that's considered a potential kick. If the person, even if he would have locked the kick, this one in particular, hit right on top of my glove. Again, it's not in the body, so that should not give or be a point. Again, in the last exchange, his knee was still bent, my hand was in my rib, and 99% of tournaments today would have gave him 2 points. Not under the UMAN OG rules, it's still where the ball has to go in the hoop and not just hit the rim. And this is what I mean by hit the rim. If it doesn't hit the target, we'll revive the technique. See, this is what it is. And again, no one knows it's UMAN. Just because somebody hits you doesn't mean there's a technique that's known. These are the techniques that are going to be used in the tournament. Back fist, if it hits the target, right here. Reverse punch, back fist to the body, back fist to the body. No point. We do not give a point for back fist to the body. Rich hand. Whether it's to the head or to the body, whether it's body or to the head. Head. You can go like that. Head, point, body, point. Rich hand. You can't score with a rich hand to the body because it's like a reverse push. Yeah. It's power. If you do that to the head, it could be a slap that knocks people out. However, this is not a point. See my glove? Look at my arm. My hand's not in my glove. So now, when I go like this, to the right, you can try to put it back in. That's a hit. If it happens an accident, then you turn around and say, excuse me, the glove extended, and we will respect that. Right. The same thing if for some reason he scores on me, I'm going to do the back fist. And you do the reverse one. Go. Faster, faster, faster. Now, some of you might go, when you see me do it, go. Right. I hit him in the shoulder. He hit me to the body. I have the option, if for some reason the judge has got it wrong, to say, no, I missed him. He got me. It's called the honor rule. He gets the point. Now, you cannot do this. Being a competitor, you can't say, don't hit my shoulder, man. Because the judges, that creates an unnecessary situation. We do have 5 judges, so at least one of them would have caught what really happened. Because these guys and girls don't even care who wins. I'm going over these basics because they're very, very important. And I promised I was going to do an examination for referees, and this is part of the content. Actually, this is really becoming part of the UMAN OG Pro League rules. How to and what not to do. No, I didn't. Look. Perfect example. I even held my glove like this from way far. Look. Look at the discipline. He couldn't tell because of how I did it. So when I threw it, the glove hit him. But look where my hand is like. Literally here. That's what happens a lot of times when you see the gloves flying. Your hands aren't open. And they are just trying to get a point. Now, what it says, you can gain the world and lose your soul, something along the line. Yeah. The truth of the matter is that you might get a point, but you just lost self-respect. And if you don't think that no one notices, you did, and you continue like that, you are false, and you should not come to the UMAN OGs. He is my coach, and he told me when I hit him, if I don't score, I don't make believe. As a matter of fact, the opposite. I just scored, according to him, and I said, no, I cheated. So getting into that habit of doing that, you know what it'll do? If you throw a back fist and you have to put your glove back, next time you say, man, I gotta keep my glove in there. In other words, I gotta close my hand. I always close my hand. I keep them really tight. And I'm using 60-ounce gloves. And I'm not saying that it's not anything with bad intentions. Just people have the habit of sparring with their hand open, because they spar with no gloves, so they tap each other and they tap each other, and they don't want to do it with a knuckle. But muscle conditioning creates a situation where whether you do it to the body or slightly to the head with your hand open, then when you start sparring, technically speaking, you'll be cheating without even intending to, because of muscle memory that was just conditioned.
Just put a video of somebody who's doing self-defense with open hands. Forgot what it was.
We're doing time. Let's get into I think it's I was caught in the corner. My back was to the wall. I went left, right. Left towards 9 o'clock, right towards 12 o'clock, which made you hesitate. Yeah. I didn't do that fast. When I stepped towards 12 o'clock, I didn't throw anything. He anticipated by throwing that great side kick. That was a reverse punch. It wasn't intense, but the timing. There's a difference between speed and timing. Sometimes when you slow down, you mess people up. There, I did the exact opposite. I came fast. He went out. I threw a punch. I knew I hit him in the body, on the arm, I should say. So I continued towards where he was going to go. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I antagonized him. He went, had my right in the front, he went to my far left. I punched him to the arm. He didn't realize that I was still going to come. So once I punched him to the arm, I stepped where he was going to go, so I was able to get to his head. Otherwise, I would have been chasing him. So the counter that he could have done was to throw a back fist once he got hit to the arm. The same arm that hit him, he should have brought it back. Let's reenact that. Watch. I antagonized him, boom, he went that way. I read this, throw it right back. That's it. No, there's a left hand. And let's do it the real time over here. You got. No, so the idea is this. Let me show you guys. Watch. Here we go. Yeah. Because this one here,
Again.
that doesn't even need the right position. So it takes longer. So I hit him in the arm. That same arm for the back. I would have got hit because remember what I was trying to do was cut you off at the path. So you could have went this.
Yeah.
After you got hit.
Back.
Just for future reference. See, now I have to be aware of that. he hesitated, but then he still went properly. And then the best part was this, around the angle, and you followed up. Very good. So don't get your pound. That's right, there you go. That's the way.
But I think I have my toilet.
Yeah, that was a good setup. And there, I kept the hand up. I changed it to deter him from moving. I brought it back. And it was, that's 3 or 4.
Yes, I'll go.
1, 7. Yes, sir. Okay, there, I went for the sweep. He picked up the leg, threw it at me, but he was jammed. Then I went towards where he was going again. Now wait, hit you where you're going. So I went sweep, jam, hook, hook. In between there, he was jammed also with his hands, so his forearm brushed against my nose. But the best part was that when I went for the sweep, he didn't fight it, he just picked up the same leg. Now if I would have went back, he would have dropped me. One time out. That was good scoring. You got the point, but my suggestion is to do another technique. Only because today your bread and butter has been the only hand technique. It scored the majority of the times. But to make yourself ambidextrous, 2 times more dangerous. So please work on the additional weapons of mass destruction. Nothing, but he went outside. This time, he tried to throw that backwards like I said, but I was on top of him, so it's like outside twice. Yes.
What? Stay inside.
Again, look, I went to like sweep his leg, not exaggerating. I went sweep to the top. I swept bottom, I went top, and threw the right hand.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, because he threw the kick, and I went, then he threw the kick, and I made believe I was going to sweep it. And he did it, I'm going to sweep, up, body. I want to separate his upper body from his lower body and make him stay. Confirm. You got it on?
Yeah.
That's what you're learning. There. Watch. I went 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or really, like 11 o'clock. In other words, I did machine gun with my fist. Rapid fire techniques on a variety of angles using a jab and back fist. So it's I just keep it going and going when I'm not in the center line. I'm out of the line of fire, which is making him retreat. That's true. Well, to me, I hit him in the neck. Did I hit you in the neck? Yeah. No point. But you went outside. Third time. Point! Well, there's no point till you die, because you went outside. And again, if you notice, some of you will say, I'm going back to the sport, the UMAN Pro League rules. Out is out. Whether you got fought out or kicked out. So in that case, you guys are saying, oh, he was fighting out. Nope. Out is out, regardless. In football, it's the same thing. That's great. That's all right. The rocks. That's fine. Well, there, I went low. And then I went, so as a go, low and go. Diaphragmatic breath. That's the secret to all this, guys. If you want to last longer, use your diaphragmatic breath. Round number 9. Yeah, yesterday, I threw 1,000 kicks, actually over 1,000 kicks. So today, my legs feel like logs, but that's okay, because I'm still able to get them, in general, above the waist. The only times I kicked below the waist was when he actually jumped up, maybe more like towards the thigh. But that's from a defense, which is fine, except that some of those kicks, they would have gave me the point, I would have said, no! I hit him in his thigh. Again, back to the rules, on the rule. No! If you know you didn't score, don't give the point. Now, if the person says this, I say, no, I didn't score. If the person says, no, yes, you did. They can override me. So again, the honor rule says, if you don't get scored on, I should say, if you don't think you scored on the person that gave you a point, you go, honor rule, I missed. If he says, no you didn't, then you get the point. So your opponent can override it, because I don't really know when I hit you. I'm assuming. And if he says it, then it has to be the truth. Hence, honor and respect for the UMAN, Unified Martial Arts Network, OGs, older guys, older girls. Fountain of Youth Tour, Region 11, but it's really the UMAN OG Pro League. If you register today or up until next Friday, then you will still be able to have your own interview and cartoon. That leaves next Friday, the 13th. You still get the $100 for 2 divisions. So make that move right now, baby. Spectators, same price. It only changes at the door. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. So I psyched him. I grabbed, like I was going to throw him. He did the right thing. He moved his body forward. And I just psyched.
Wow. I felt like I was against that elevator thing. I'm going to tell you, caught me by my other elbow.
So that's when your reputation starts to precede you. I did position myself where I'm behind them and have my leg. Let it go. And yes, the back of the head of the point, the entire circumference, back to the sparring rules, the entire circumference that's padded or not is a point. Because otherwise you guys turn around like we used to do in Taekwondo. No, and I don't mean the back, I mean the back of the head.
Peace, Grand Rising. Peace and blessings. Thank you.
I threw a big point like this.
Yeah.
Up, like a high block or chest block. Down,
Forgot to flex.
punch, punch, punch.
Cut it off.
Good one. Music or background noise, aka we're in the Bronx, baby. Yes, sir. Four. outside. No point. No taking gloves. There, I start with the left hand. You jump. I finish with the right hand. With opposite leg in front. Right?
Yep.
That's 5. Now I'm turning. Yes or no? Okay, come on. Again, I'm right. Left hand, 3 cross with the right leg in front. Right hand, left hand, again crossing like sprint, and then the right hand. Alternate. So, warning, look here, look at your toes. Oh, that was beautiful, beautiful. He do, haven't seen that in a while, beautiful. He went like a front kick, turned into a roundhouse kick. Kicked me in the face. First time in, wow, a long time. That was beautiful. Beautiful. I was lazy. I didn't come in. I assumed he was gonna move. Don't ever assume. Beautiful. Inverted roundhouse kick, miss. Inverted roundhouse kick, miss. The third one, I knew he had to go this way. I know you had to go this way. You had to go this way. So I went to hit you towards the escape route. You do one in between there. I'll say outside twice. Is it ready too? Yeah, I think so. That's 4. So you told me to go home. I think the last technique, I caught you fixing your glove.
I don't know what I was trying to do. I think I was trying to engage. And yeah, you seen I was trying to do something.
No, the hesitation.
It was.
When in doubt, I'm out.
Hey, you got time? Right.
Thank you for watching.
2 seconds or less, right?
This is workout number 1 for me. Not sure what time the next one will be. I was weighing 231 pounds at nighttime 2 days ago. Let's see where I'm at today. I'll go live when I do it. AB.
See you on March 28th.
Thank you for watching, guys.
Yes,